The notion that King Charles is angrier than ever about Harry and Meghan's trip to Nigeria, or that the Queen was furious over Lilibet's name, and that William is incandescent with rage, is utterly absurd. These exaggerated claims of royal fury seem to be a recurring theme in the media's attempt to sensationalize the Sussexes' every move. It's laughable to imagine that such trivial matters could provoke such intense reactions from seasoned royals who have faced far more significant issues throughout their lives. This constant portrayal of the royal family as being perpetually enraged by Harry and Meghan's actions only highlights the ridiculousness of these so-called insider reports, undermining their credibility and reducing serious royal commentary to tabloid fodder. And this is true. So I was listening to this. I don't know her name, but her thing is the Duchess of Eton, and she always makes some very, very good points, poignant points about the ridiculousness of the royal rotarats, that come out every day and say they are sources and they're insiders. They made this big blown up thing about how the Queen was mad. It was the angriest they have ever seen her just because her great granddaughter got her name. I do not know who would not be honored to have their great granddaughter named after them. A beautiful girl named after her. But they always blow everything out of proportion. They said that Charles is angry. And yes, Charles maybe should be angry because, the reception that they get when they go on royal tours are not great. I mean, people are now asking for reparation. Every time they go, is some thing coming at them. You see Kate and William acted shaking people's hand through cages, and then, of course, being in this chariot like they were some emperor and they were just some colonists. So these are the things, the optics that they do when they go is not great. We saw Camilla going there the other day and screwing up her face as if she frowning against touching the black kids. So all of these things show that they are not intact with the world. When Harry and Meghan go, it's a different vibe. It's a warm reception. It's something that they actually go there to find solution. They actually go there to do good. So that is why they're jealous, and that is why they're angry, because they know, and that is why the Queen wanted Harry and Meghan to be in the Commonwealth, because they know that they would have done so well. They would have been more with the people. And that is it. If you're not seen, you can't be believed. And if you're not doing things for the people will turn on you. That is just the reality. So I like Duchess of Eton. So I'm gonna play a little snippet of what she had to say, but it was very interesting what she was talking about. Bye guys.
And the fact that they're still dragging this out, I can't. King Charles is allegedly angrier than ever over Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's Nigeria trip. Now, y'all need to see that this was written or published, whatever, on the 21st of this month. Now, the fact that they have not let this go. But more than that, isn't it so strange how they always use the angrier than ever? First, it was Queen Elizabeth with her name, even though 50 of her grandchildren and great-grandchildren have her name. And then it was William is angrier than he's ever been. And now it's Charles. Do you think that there's power in their anger? Because they sound like toddlers. They sound like toddlers throwing a temper tantrum over nothing. So allegedly, King Charles reportedly has a bone to pick with Harry and Meghan. And listen, I'm sure he does. Because if I was a member of the British royal family right now, I would be so embarrassed. Because how did the family scapegoat and his wife show y'all up to the extent that they have with a fraction of the money and resources you have going on? William is absolutely furious and determined to find a way to stop this happening in the future. Like, if this is true, which I mean, I highly doubt, but like, let's say this is true. Can you imagine? Can you imagine William just like pacing back and forth? I would say pulling out his hair, but he doesn't have any, but like losing his mind, okay? Because he already lost his hair. Trying to figure out a way to stop his little brother from showing him up. Not that the family has any domain over Nigeria or where the couple travels, but Quinn said it's easy to see why the senior royals are worried. William and Charles are scratching their heads and thinking, how are we going to control this nightmare situation? William and his father, King Charles, don't like it one bit. For Charles and William, it's as if Meghan and Harry are saying, we don't need your permission to be working royals. We will do it on our own terms, whenever and wherever we like. Correct. They can do what they want, when they want, and how they want. And there is nothing that they can do about it. But I love this for them. I love this for them if it is true, because this is showing them that their titles mean nothing, that no one's impressed by them, and people continue to ignore them in favor of the family outcast. This is why I always think it's so funny when they're like, oh, Harry and Meghan are using their titles. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about these titles, because if they did, it would have been William that they invited to Nigeria and not Harry.